Hey buddy, Stitch 1993 here, and welcome back to another VHS Pile where I talk about media that was exclusive to the VHS format. If you're new to the channel, thank you for coming by, and if you like this video, remember to like and subscribe. And also, if this is your first time watching a VHS Pile, basically what I do is I review both the VHS, the box, as well as the contents of the video. So today we're looking at an especially interesting one called Elroy's Toy. It was a CGI compilation made in 1996, and it was fairly common around that time for compilation VHSs to come out with just a random hodgepodge of CGI collections. Sometimes it was related to just one company. Other times it was whatever was at like the film festivals at the time, just rebranded and plopped in there. Sometimes with a plot, sometimes just playing back to back with some synthetic music. This one was particularly interesting because I found it at an antique store in the early 2000s, and it was one of the first purchases I ever made at the antique store. I believe it was only like $1, and it still had the plastic wrap on it at the time, and it just, of course, caught my attention because I love CGI, and if you want to know more interesting facts about CGI or interested in that medium, definitely check out my visual history of CGI video, and I'll link that to the end of this video. But as I said, we're going to go review the VHS itself, and then we'll review the contents. So on the front, we have basically kind of a screen capture of Elroy, as well as you'll see up in the top right corner, Chip and his dog Sparky, and it says in yellow font, Elroy's Toy. And in the top left corner, it's a little blue bubble that says Computer Animated Stories for All Ages. On the top of the VHS, we have a red background with, again, the same Elroy's Toy font, and then the same underneath it, Computer Animated Stories for All Ages. On the left and right, we have at the top the same screen capture or video capture of Elroy at his computer desk, and the same font for the Elroy's Toy and Computer Animated Stories for All Ages. Underneath that, it says the Imagination series. Now, I tried to do some research on this and see if this was a full set of VHSs or if this was like a one-time thing and they were hoping it was a series. From what I could see, there was maybe like one or two other VHSs in the actual Imagination series, but I did see there is actually kind of a large group of these VHSs, all directed by this person, J.C. Nickman. He was mainly known for the Mind's Eye series, which was another CGI compilation VHS and also DVD series that released around the same time, and I will go over those VHSs at some date later. So on the going underneath there, we've got, of course, the VHS logo and the hi-fi stereo logos, and then on the back we've got a nice purple background on the left, and on the right many screenshots of the shorts that we'll see in this VHS. On the top left, we have the runtime of 30 minutes, and that's in hi-fi stereo. We've got, again, the Imagination series logo, and then it says, Join Elroy's Adventure. Elroy thought it was just another night of homework. The fun starts when a couple of zany characters, Chip, a computer chip, and his dog Sparky, suddenly pop up on his computer screen. They take us into a world of magical stories told with lively original music and colorful computer animation. It's an amazing world that will entertain, thrill, and inspire creativity in young minds every time they watch Elroy's Toy. And then underneath it, we actually have some credits. So we have directed by Jan C. Nickman, as I said earlier. He also produced it along with Dan Jex. There's original music by Bob Saphir. And it was written, the script for the Elroy's Toy was written by Nathan House. It says cover design is by Ted Mader Associates in Seattle. And then below that we have the barcode, and then some production companies. We've got Miramar, who's the main production company. We've got BMG Distribution. We got Third Planet Productions. And lastly, the most notable of these is DNA Productions. The reason why you probably know of DNA is because they would continue doing CGI shows, and in 2001 they would have a little show called Jimmy Neutron was their baby. And this seems to be a precursor to that in the design here. If you look at Elroy, I'm not sure if this was if Elroy inspired Jimmy Neutron's design at all, but we do have that kind of similar kind of poofy hairstyle. Moving on to the VHS itself, it is a black tape with a red sticker. We've got the same font of Elroy's toy. We've got the runtime, and then all the copyright information. Now for the actual what's on the VHS. So it starts out with Elroy is on his computer for homework. This was back in 1996, 1994. So he was this was kind of ahead of his time, from my knowledge, of having homework on the computer. Of course, in the 90s, not many kids, at least Elroy's age, would have a home computer. I did have one, but I didn't know any other kids that did. But let me know if you grew up with a home computer or not. Anyways, so he's at his computer doing homework when, as the VHS says, Chip shows up along with his dog Sparky. Chip advises he's going to show him a bunch of shorts and kind of a rhyme sort of situation. And then the shorts begin. The first short is about two ballerinas. I love the balloon squeaky noises used throughout the short. The short is called Tagada and Fugue. I am gonna advise that a lot of these shorts they're just, as I said before, they're all just kind of meshed together, one short after another, with Chip and Elroy showing up from time to time. So they're each little consolidated little shorts. After that, we have a bee in a pond going for a little dive. The title of the short is called Be a Winner. Next, we have the short Island of Jewelry. Now, this is probably one of the first standouts, at least to me, for the shorts. The character designs are very unique, and the music and the visuals go hand in hand very well. And overall, this could have been a pilot of sorts for a show at the time. It kind of reminds me of like Jellybees or something like that. I also love that although everything is in 3D, the fireworks are like 8 or 16-bit in design. Then we go back to Elroy for a moment, who still thinks these videos are clues, and he tries to figure out what the clues mean, but Chip advises it's just an adventure. Then back to the shorts, we have my favorite, Gas Planet. The filter on the short gives it an almost hand-drawn / colored pencil look. Also, there's a lot of fart jokes. Next, we get this little short called Morphing Robot, which is just basically that. It's just a basic morphing animation, which I guess at the time would have been really cool. But I mean, it's kind of, compared to some of the other shorts, kind of I guess it is kind of fun to guess what shape it will shift into next if it's like your first time watching it. Now for our one and only music video. This basically stick figures kind of nonchalantly moving along to the song, but the song is great. It's a pop song by the band Psy S, or from what I saw online, it's supposed to be pronounced Size. Or some size. The song is called Forever Chasing Rainbows, or Always Chasing Rainbows. They're a Japanese pop rock group that was active between 1983 and 1996. Next, we have The Great Train Robbery. It's just a basic train sequence where the train has a bit of a morphing effects on it. The animation also reminds me of like the pre-rendered graphics from the SNES days. And now, Shapes. And literally, that's the name of the short. It's just Shapes. It kind of reminds me of the 3DO logo. Almost the same colors, too. This next one, it has to be the prettiest and sharpest image-wise. It feels like something that would be used to advertise like clothes for Kmart or something to that degree. It's called High Fidelity. And I just really enjoy watching this one. I do believe this was included on another VHS in this series, and it's actually longer than what it shows here. I don't know why they shortened it. I guess maybe it was for time, but the short actually does go on for a little bit longer from what I remember. Also in this scene, the shapes floating in the background appear like they would come from like a Zolo figure, just based on the designs. Our next short is the second of the story-driven shorts. This time it's an art piece that is terrorizing a janitor played by Ron Swanson that doesn't seem like he's all there himself. The short is called Venus and Milo. And then our last short is interesting, as it used to be, as it said, this with High Fidelity. This was also in another of the Imagination series, and I believe it was also an extended one. This is Stella and Stanley in Breaking the Ice, and in one of the collections, I think it was called Imaginary, there's also like a narrator to the story, so there's actually like a story to go along with it. I wanted to make a joke for this short, but like the music and the visuals are just kind of so tranquil that I just keep forgetting to make a joke here. Anyways, then we come back to Elroy, and he's wishing that the shorts wouldn't end and wish there was more. And I kind of have to agree with him, because although this is 30 minutes, it really flies by. You do not feel the 30 minutes pass. By the time you're getting back to Elroy for the last time, you're like, oh, cool, can't wait. And then you realize, oh, wow, it's like less than a minute left, and all we have left is the credits. It does show at the end of this video, gives credits of the title and everybody that was helped on production for each one of these shorts. So if you find one that you're interested in, you can look up more information about it. The again, it never got any other release on any other format as far as I'm aware, but it is available on YouTube. It has been uploaded a couple of times, one time by yours truly, but there's better versions of this out there, so check out those instead. Anyways, so that is Elroy's toy, and I want to know y'all's thoughts if this is your first time ever hearing about this VHS, or if you grew up with this VHS or one of the others in the Imagination series, and if you know exactly how many there's supposed to be for this series. I really couldn't find a definite answer, so it'd be really cool to find out just how many are in this series, and if you know more about them, which one is your favorite. And until next time, thank you and have a good day. Bye bye.